Alright, but we being a little bit self-centered today. New camera angle. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of awkward, like, looking at this side. But I don't know how the audio's gonna be. Today's topic. What is today's topic? I don't know. We might have to change it. Because it was gonna be about insecurities, but, like, I feel like that's too common, too cliche. So, the title of this video is gonna be called Somewhere Along the Lines, Neutral. You know? So many different definitions about being neutral. But the way I see it, I think being neutral is not only about not picking sides, but letting everything go. But there's no such thing as being neutral as a human. Because you still gotta pick sides at the end of the day. If you're being fully neutral, even when you're not doing something, it doesn't count as that. Because say you're walking alone outside and you come across a mugging. Either there could be three options, to be honest. I think what's the three options? Usually it's two options, but it's three. You could intervene, that's one. Walk away, that's two. Or call the authorities. Either way, that option you pick decides if you're being neutral. Because being neutral is, I guess, not a positive or a negative. It's not even right in the middle. It's not a gray area. It's just you not doing one or the other. So someone being neutral, and I guess an opinion or just a topic alone doesn't really matter. Where am I going with this? Basically, what I'm trying to say is so many different things in the world that consoles your opinion. And each choice you make has a reason. I'm not trying to go blabbing on, but since each choice you make has, not a deep meaning or, I guess, effect on your life, you doing one thing that day could cause amount or cause an effect. But if you think like that, you're gonna have overthinking issues where it's gonna cause you to have crippling depression or something like that, Because having a great mind means nothing if you don't know how to use it. Being self-aware means nothing if you don't change anything. That's like, I know how to fix this car and every intricate detail of the car, but I still haven't done it. It's like adding procrastination on it. Everybody has their own life, so what you do doesn't really matter. Some people might be nosy enough to ask you what you're doing. They might give you a stare. Like me, walking in the middle of the road, making a video. A small part in the mass. Because if you look at the word as just a great big mass, your small individual opinions and choices don't really affect anything. But at the same time, it does. But that doesn't make you deep, Because there's always somebody trying to be deep, like, having philosophy in your day-to-day life makes you more compelling to others because you know what you're talking about. No, it doesn't, bro. Like, just how I'm on this camera today, blabbing about nothing, basically, people might stray away from it. They might look, they might not. So, what is the topic about? The topic about is neutral or neutrality. If that's a word, I think that's a word. You can't really be neutral in the world of so many options, you know? Because the closest thing you can be about being neutral is doing nothing. But that's boring. So make a decision that's greater than you, you know? Make a decision that betters your life in a way where you can affect people. Ooh, not a positive way, but a monumental way, you know? Because I feel like even when you affect people negatively, sometimes that impacts them to have a better forethought, you know? Like, say you do something bad, they build up precautions. Sometimes that can ruin a person, but it also can build. That's why you have idiotic people saying bring bullying back and stuff like that. And the reason why I'm speaking about being neutral is on my channel, I try to not be neutral, but have not an opinion, but have content that's multi-diverse, where you can come to my channel for anything, you know? If you want some deep talks, you can come to. You want something funny, you can come here. You want something serious but not boring, you can come here. If you want something just in the background that you can, just agree with, you can come here. Or if you want to come here just to argue, that's not really the channel. That's not my channel, but it can be that. I look at so many people and I wonder, how do they get here? Like, did you waste your years and your youth to get here, or was it given to you? I feel like nobody wants a title on what type of architect there is, because if you have a title or a type, then you're generic. Maybe that's just me. Because I feel like once you put a title on me, you restrict me into being better or being different. There's nothing wrong with being indifferent either. But like, because if I get a, like, I feel like once I put a title on it, or just on anything in that nature, it secretes this type of vibe like, oh, you're only known for this one thing, and this one thing is what you're going to be known for the rest of your life, even if you try to change. That's why I guess your teenage years are so crucial. Not one mistake, but I guess one great thing could catapult, I guess, your life and you being known pretty high. That's really messed up, though. Imagine your life changes because of one mistake. Not even a big mistake, just one small one, to the point where it indents your life in a grand way. So rather than staying neutral, you try to pick sides. There's so many gray areas in life, that's why you can't be neutral. But people have different opinions. And that's the great thing about life. There's so many different opinions. Because your opinion is not the one all be all. So with that knowledge, you shouldn't, I guess, hold what you have to say or hold your tongue. But sometimes it is better to hold your tongue. Sometimes saying less is more. Is that right? But you look at people's opinions and you go, why would he say that? He said that for a reason. Maybe he said it just to say, maybe he said it just to get a rise out of me. But people say things because of not their environment, but the experience they have. So once you collect it all, it builds that person. But one of my videos before, I said that your experiences and your environment does not make the man. Well, not the man, the individual. Because we're trying to grab a broad audience of ladies and gents, but that's not gonna work because we're straggling, we're straggling. That's why I try not to look at numbers, because once you look at numbers, you're like, dang, you're not really doing anything. Nobody's really watching your video. You don't have an impact yet. So what's the point of keep going? I feel like the more you go, the more it shows that you're trying. Because people be like, at least you tried. But no, don't put at least. I did try. I failed. But I'm going to go again. Because to be a winner, you don't got to be a loser to be a winner. Sometimes you can just be just gifted by God, I guess. Or just naturally gifted. So with that knowledge, to be a winner, there's so many things you could do or need to do. Not gonna lie, this video is low-key a hair review because I always have like a cap on when I make these. But my hair is looking pretty bad today. But we still gonna take the hoodie off. Nice little hair review on the what was it, the 8th video. We might have to change the title because I used that word too many times in the first couple minutes. We'll put it in like the description or something. But oof, the hair is looking rough, man. We got a bunch of kids riding bikes. Oh, yeah, he just fell in a ditch, but that's okay. The hair. All right, let's not focus on appeals. Just lock in about this video. As you observe life in general, you start to see everybody's life is so intricate. You see people and you wonder, like, how did your life get like that? How did it get so perfect in your eyes? Because comparison is the thief of joy, but sometimes it's good to compare your life to others to figure out what you're missing. You could be missing anything, probably not missing nothing, but in your mind you are, because they have something you want and you don't have it. Because I feel like once I grab an audience, I'll start to reveal more of my life. We'll try not to drag this video out too long, even though I say that every time. But I'm starting to fixate on my hair because my thoughts are running wild right now. It's time to put the hoodie back on so we can focus. It's going to be a quiet moment while I gather my thoughts. I think maybe around my 10th to 15th video, we should start editing because each one is uncut and raw. But in most of my videos, I say, oh, I'm just keep it like that. It's going to be the part of the channel. I feel like I only said that because I have, editing experience. It's just we're working on strictly an iPhone. So I don't know. And the quality could be bad in some of these videos. I honestly don't know. But it's okay. My hair's starting to have orange tips again. We don't need, we want at least 500 individuals to, keep updates, subscribe. But I feel like once you become an influencer, there's only a couple reasons you become an influencer. You have wisdom to tell. You like to show off your opinion. Kind of the same thing. Or you couldn't contribute to society, so you became an influencer. Well, that's not my issue. I can contribute to society, but I feel like once I do that, I fade in irrelevancy. Like, I could just, fix HVACs or just do completely construction. Build houses or be an architect, but that's not boring to me. I want that, but I feel like if I build this first and then do that, then it'll be way better. Because I already have so much experience in this, like, I guess, not even building, but just visualizing what I want and what I can do. Because you don't have to be creative to be one of the greats. But what do you want to be great at? That is the question. A lot of people don't know what they want to do, and that was me. So, low-key been stalling. So I was like, dang, maybe I should put my thoughts down. I wrote a book, didn't publish it, because in my eyes it was straight garbage. But it's alright, though. We'll figure it out. Because I know there's a lot of people that don't got it figured out, and they're just doing something just to do it. Not to make their family proud, but just maybe just to say they're doing something. Because I feel like I have all these empty accomplishments, all these certificates and all these accolades from school, but it doesn't really help. Like, even once you get accolades from, like, college, you get a college degree, Some people don't use it, some people do, but I feel like some people just get it just to flex it or to brandish it against not just their colleagues, but their friends. But I don't know. Either, these are two options. I become a household name, my face is recognized somewhat to the point where I, explode myself to, notoriety. Or I'm flipping patties, a dead end job, and I have a house. Maybe those are the two options. But there's other things with that second option, because that option sounds pretty harsh. In my mind, I want so much more, but ooh. In my mind, I want so much more, but procrastination is a killer. My laziness gets me all the time. So right now, I'm just a black man walking around on his phone, yapping nonsense. But I feel like that's okay. Everybody has a voice, so might as well use it. Even though some people don't deserve a voice at all because they spit nonsense or they spit straight rhetoric. But there's nothing wrong with that. Do what you want. You only got one life. The only thing I have on some individuals, definitely not my intelligence or my looks, but I feel like it's my youth. But we all got that. But I feel like I'm going to use my youth for a better thing. Because being a jack of all trades is somewhat kind of good, but at the same time, not really, because you're you're great at all, but a master of none. So you must pick one thing and master it. But mm, that's just not it. You gotta figure out what that one thing is. You ever just be stuck on an idea and then just never go for it, never act on it? That's me right now, today, almost every day. Like, I have an idea, I never act on it, and it gets me so, not even aggravated, but just annoyed. It makes me think, like, why have I not acted on this idea yet? Why have I not started? Being attentive on ideas and what you want is so crucial. But people are so afraid of being judged and being ridiculed that they just don't do it. Cause, you know, you're looked out. You're looked at. God dang. My fault, I got distracted. You know, you're looked at pretty cringy until it actually works. Or you're looked at crazy until it actually works. Cause it's always gonna be that one dude or that one girl be like, you're wasting your time. You look like a oof. Oh no. Let me not say that. You look like a goofball doing this. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your breath. It's not gonna work. Get a regular job, start flipping patties, bro. Get to it. But they're only saying that because they don't know nothing else or they're scared to adventure. They're scared to be judged, called cringy, a goofball, you know? But I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. You can be scared. There's nothing wrong with being scared. Shoot. I be scared every day. I be scared to come out the house thinking I'm gonna get, taken off this planet. Not people that hate me, but just the environment I live in. But that's whatever. So I guess my gateway out was, college. And here we go talking about education. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna be biased because I'm a procrastinator, a professional procrastinator at that. So my excuses might sound valid because like, these don't sound like excuses. These sound like valid arguments, but whole time they're just excuses disguised in a pretty way. Once you could word something evil or something that's not, I guess, positive and flip it on its head to the point where it comes across not malicious, that's more than manipulation. That's intelligence. Like that's a higher intelligence. But I don't got that, so I'm stuck in the mud, a piece of coal wrapped around a lot of gems. So let's get to it, man. You always tell people you're gonna be great. Oh, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it to the collegiate level for my sport. But for me, I made it to the next level. Not made it, but had an offer for the next level, but it just didn't hit because I'm like, I was comparing myself. Matter of fact, not even comparing myself, but I was seeing not a close friend, but wouldn't even call him a colleague, but a good dude that I played on the same team with. I'm like, dang, he wasn't in the same boat as me. He's way farther than me. He thought, well, he wasn't getting nothing until the end of the season, and that's when it fully started coming in and started hitting for him. He was like, dang, it's just really happening. Because he knew he was going to get something just off the straight talent he had alone. But me, on the other hand, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can't even describe myself. That's sad. I don't have any positive words for myself or what I strive to be. Like, it's not sad, but it's kind of scary. Because if I keep on procrastinating and I don't pick something, the scariest thing for me, I guess, is becoming a bum, bro. Bro, I swear. Becoming a bum or a nobody is the most scariest thing for me. Not only because, you know, my parental figures are like, whatever you do, just don't be a bum. But there's some, I don't even want to, because that's just a derogatory term. I don't even want to call them bums. There's some people with so much creativity and so much knowledge that they don't know what lane to pick because they have so many. It's the illusion of options. The grass is not always greener on the other side. But this video might be cut short because of my external life. You know, some things might happen that way. But it's okay because you got to think. If things are not cut short, you might never find anything new. That's why life is so amazing, because it's random. You could pick this lane, but you could also hit a speed bump, hit a pothole. Yeah. Your road might be cut off. You might have to find a different direction to find that so-called destination. But sometimes people don't drive for the destination. They just drive just to drive. I feel like there's like a cliche quote about that. Oh yeah, it's the man who walks for a destination or the man that loves to walk. I don't know how to put it, but the man that has no destination walks further than the man that has a destination. Meaning, well, you can interpret that different ways, but I feel like for me that means, oh, the man that works farther, he walks farther. He's gonna find more than the man that has a destination. Because imagine your destination is mad short. What are you gonna do? You don't know. Well, you could know, but ooh, seven times out of 10 you don't know. But that 30%, you might know. You might know. Fading in irrelevancy or obscurity, one of my scariest things. Because I feel like I'm not known. I'm known for the wrong reasons. I'm known to be this person or this guy you kind of hate. In my eyes, I have done nothing wrong. But once you ask for people's opinions about how they see you or how they observe you, it might be different for every single one. So you gotta be not just different, but you gotta be cautious for the people you hang around with. And I feel like everybody tells you that. Your parents tell you that. But I was told that, but at the same time, I didn't listen. I did listen, but people put out this persona and this mask that was something they're not. And we all do that. We do it subconsciously. But the way they did it, they made it seem like they were so pure and shy and this kind-hearted person, and the whole time they weren't. They had so many skeletons in their closet that it was overfilled. It didn't even look like a cemetery. It looked like a biology class or human anatomy class. So, as I say that, I feel like I'm going on a tangent, but as I say that, I feel like watch, not watch who you hang around with, but watch who you expose your aura to. You know, there's so many videos I'm finna make, but I feel like this one's gonna hit the most once I'm not known, but once I have a audience. Cause I have no audience, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. My audience is myself, a couple friends, and maybe a couple people that want to see me fail. Like, I dead serious think somebody like just like spectates and watch my stuff just to see me fail and just to have like it's and giggles, you know? I can't even say that, but like, yeah, that's what I think. But it's okay though. But I say that all the time. You just gotta have a positive look on life. But I might just end up as that dude with a couple likes, 1 comment, 2 views. But we finna multiply that. You know? We're gonna multiply that every time. And once you multiply that audience, your opinion starts to be taken in consideration. Like right now, my opinion means nothing. You know? I'm just a dude on the phone, yapping. But once I find that audience and I get that power, because the masses is the power, you know? Oh, it's corny, but you give the people in power their power. Because without you, they're nothing. They're just a dude, you know? That's why people get put on these pedestals, because they have so many viewers, so many, I guess, people that love them, you know? But right now, the reason I feel so distracted, because I'm kind of in a hostile area, not with just a dog.
You see my dog out here running around?
No, ma'am.
He was out.
Oh. But, yeah. All right, man. See, now I'm fully distracted because a nice older lady just said her dog was out. But that's irrelevant. Now, I'm not even going to be focused on the camera. I'm going to be focused around my surroundings. But, dang. I hope I don't stretch this video too long. This might be like my second longest or my longest video. Mainly because we're conversating as 2 individuals. Yeah, I'm talking to you, whoever you are. This is gonna look hella bad if it's like no views, bro. No views at all. I'm talking straight to myself, strictly myself. But it's okay though. If you don't even watch the video, the main things I really want y'all to look for is, let me say them out. The title, the thumbnail, and the description. Because the description has a quote, the thumbnail always has a meaning, and the title correlates to the video or the thumbnail. But I said that wrong. Anyway, the title has a meaning, and I guess the thumbnail is just something pretty to look at. Cause I used to be a photographer. Oh, not really a photographer, but I used to just take pictures. So some are gonna be archived, some are gonna be this like recently, or some might just be. All right, listen. None of my pictures will be from Google. They're gonna be from me, and if it's from Google, you can contact me myself and be like, "Dang, Solitude, you lied. One of your pictures was from Google." And I'll be like, "My apologies. I'm gonna edit it," but I doubt that, cause I don't try to stay true to myself. How everybody say, I try to stay original. But sometimes when you try to stay original, you kind of mislead yourself in being unoriginal because you're trying too hard, you know? But it's all right, though. All right, I'm going to start wailing it out. We got to make merch. But it's going to be a long time from here. It might be a couple quotes I say a lot. Like, because all my quotes are generic. I just say it in a nice way. Like, it's all right. I don't know. I feel like it won't be the words, but it'll be the customization of it. Good Lord. My acne going out bad. Oh, but don't worry about appearances. If you worry about your appearance, you mean nothing. You know. But I still do. Your boy still be worrying about the camera angles and stuff like that. It's the human in me. You worry about your flaws more than what you can give. It's okay though. Sometimes, I said this before in one video, sometimes your flaws make who you are. Sometimes they don't. Because if you over fixate on your flaws, then what are you? A lot of crazy drivers out here. But this video, I hope for this video I gain a subscriber and we hit up to 10, maybe 20 new individuals that watched it. Don't even have to subscribe, baby. But a new individual that keeps updates on it will be good. And some new views. Because I tend to stretch out these videos longer than I have to. But that's just me. This is going to be like a 40-minute video. It is outlandish. Nobody attention span is that long anymore. Especially in my demographic. But I want my demographic to be all ages, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to look in the comments and see some dude from Massachusetts that's like 40 years old with 3 kids, and he's like, I rock with your opinion. You're very kind-hearted and a spiritual young individual. Or like an 80-year-old that just popped on my video one time because he didn't know how to use the internet, and he just clicked on it, and he's like, dang, this man has a certain look. And then I might also have like a goddamn 11-year-old that just clicks my video because I guess his older brother knows me. He's like, dang, this man's pretty cool. This won't be a persona. This will be the real me. Ooh, that's corny. That's corny. That's cringe. Ooh, that's corny. Well, that's alright though. You know? Nobody knows the real you. Only you do. Everybody has a different perception on you, you know? They envision what they think of you. But in hindsight, do they really know you? You only know yourself. Sometimes you don't even know yourself. That's the crazy part. So, as we come to the end, as always, still no outro. It will never be no outro. You might get like a head covering or a deuces or that's all, folks, something like that. But you will never get a clear outro, you know? But as we come to the end, hope you learned something new, you know? And I hope you see me differently. Because people say they don't care about opinions, but opinions run the world. So just take that into account. And it was great talking to you guys for today.